Bonjour French chic ladies, it's Marianne Lecoeur, and today in this video I am going to show you how you can dress slimmer if you are a woman over 50. If you are new to my channel, a big welcome to you. Please click subscribe, click on the little bell in order to receive the video notifications, and if you enjoy my videos, thank you for liking and sharing them. Merci. Are you over 50 and do you want to dress slimmer, but you don't quite know how to go about it? Sometimes it's rather hit and miss. You pick this piece and it works, and the next day you pick something else, it does not work, and you don't quite know the principles, and certainly the main principle to apply every time you get dressed in order to look slimmer. Well, stay tuned because I am going to explain to you that main principle and how you can apply it to the way you dress and your clothes and your outfits. Let's get one thing absolutely clear. Style uses optical illusion. Yes, you've heard that right. Style uses optical illusion. And we don't always think about that when we think about style and how to dress. You know, optical illusion? Isn't this something, we kind of almost cheat or lie about, to appear something else, somebody more beautiful, somebody taller, somebody slimmer? And I will tell you something. Yes, my answer is yes, absolutely yes. And this is why one of the big difference between fashion and style is the optical illusion. Okay? In short, what it means that style uses optical illusion is that you appear a person you are not, essentially. So this is why you need to know this absolutely in order to apply it. Because if you ignore this, if you ignore that style uses optical illusion, and if you ignore the principle I'm going to tell you now, which is a main principle to always keep in mind when you want to dress slimmer, there will be inevitably some hit and miss. So you need to keep the principle I'm going to tell you in a minute in mind at all times. So I am going to give you 3 tips or technique based on that principle. So what is the main principle you need to keep in mind every time you want to dress, you want to appear slimmer than you are? It is think vertical. So what does it mean really think vertical? And this is going to be part of my first tip about the vertical design in the clothes themselves, okay? My first tip or technique on this dressing slimmer main principle, think vertical, is wear long trousers. I cannot say this message enough. Wear long trousers. Why, you're going to ask me, why, Marianne, can't I wear the short trousers? They are the trend, and yes, they are everywhere and a few inches above the ankles, especially those that are cut wide and short. You need to avoid those, and I've said that since my first book back in 2011 in my How to be chic and elegant. I was already warning about these. Avoid the short, wide-legged trousers, okay? Remember that. Why? What do short trousers do to the legs? If you know the answer, please let me know in the comments below. So, short trousers, what do they do to the leg? They shorten the leg visually, okay? And let's not forget why visually. Because, again, of the optical illusion, what the eye sees, okay? Because if you want to dress slimmer, this is, you want to appear slimmer, again, optical illusion, okay? So short trousers will visually shorten your legs, and by visually shortening your legs, what will happen? They will visually shorten your body as well, okay? And what does it have an effect, about looking slimmer? Is because when you look shorter, you look wider. That is just what it does. It is the optical illusion. You are shorter, you look wider. This is why longer trousers, and especially when you wear the long trousers, with heels, because then the trousers are even longer maybe a couple of inches. So your leg appears longer, couple of inches, and ergo, the whole body will appear taller. And if you appear taller, you look slimmer. This is just the optical illusion. This is just how the eye sees. I am going to give you a little example right now in order to make you understand that, you know, optical illusion and that think vertical principle. Okay? If you close your eyes now and think about a skyscraper, okay? How do you see a skyscraper? It is tall, it is thin, okay? Now think about a building that is the same width as that skyscraper, that tall skyscraper you were thinking about just a few seconds ago. Okay? So the same width, but half the size, half the height. Which one appears the tallest? Which one appears the slimmest, the narrowest? And of course, it is the first one, the one that was taller. Okay? It is an optical illusion, you know, because they were the same width. Okay? One was not larger than the other, but because one was taller, that one appeared slimmer. Okay? Thinner, narrower. So this is this principle that we are going to apply. And if you do not apply this, if you do not keep that in mind, you know, it's like almost dressing in the dark. 1 minute will be fine, the next minute it won't. Because you need to know, you know, the techniques, the principle, in order to apply it every single time. So, the takeaway here is, taller is thinner, shorter is wider, okay? So, long trousers instead of short trousers, and you will appear slimmer. So, what do you think of this technique? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, I teach much more than this think vertical principle in my Dress 10 pounds slimmer e-course to my students. So if you want to know much more about this, if you want to know how to look slimmer every single time, you know, this e-course, Dress 10 pounds slimmer, will help you. I'll put the link below this video as well. Now let's go to the second think vertical principle example. Okay, so now we're going to go into the detailings in, for instance, jackets, trench coats and coats. So as you can see here today, I am wearing my blazer and I wanted to show you exactly. You have the detailing here, you've got some piping and goes all the way down. It is vertical, so we like this kind of detailing. Any piping or any sort of detailing that is vertical. Remember that, vertical, okay? It goes lengthways like this. That slimlines my torso, okay? So of course if it's a long coat or a long cardigan, okay? Or a long jacket with vertical elements, vertical detailing, vertical piping, that will slim you down, okay? Again, vertical. I cannot repeat that enough. Marianne, you repeat yourself. I have to repeat myself in order, you know, that it gets in your mind and that you keep applying it, that you don't forget it, okay? Something else, of course, in the design of this jacket is a single-breasted, okay? It is single-breasted, so again, it is slimline. If you are a larger lady, especially with a large bust, you want to go into the single-breasted. That will make you look slimmer, okay, and avoid that bulk of the extra fabric that double-breasting style use. And also, you know, you would have 2 rows of buttons in the width, okay? Again, it is not vertical, it is in the width. We want to avoid that, okay? So single-breasted, 1 button or 3 buttons or 2, you know. Again, you see something vertical, think like that, you will not go wrong. So please let me know so far what you think about these tips and techniques in the comments below. So think vertical. What else? What else can I give you as a tip or technique, you know, to think vertical? Okay, of course I teach much more in my e-course, Dress 10 pounds thinner. But I have to pick one, so I pick the column of color. What does it mean? Column of color. Create a column of color. I have mentioned that on other videos and of course in some of my courses and books. But creating a column of color means that you create, look at this, for instance, I've got this, okay? You wear a light or bright color on the inside, okay? So here, I'm demonstrating now. I have chosen an off-white top and I am wearing a dark blazer over it, okay? So you could choose, for instance, a white blouse or a white t-shirt or something bright. You could choose something, for instance, red or pink, something really that attracts the eye, okay? And you wear something dark over it. So what happens? What happens is the eye, again, we're talking about the optical illusion. What does the eye see that is not real, the real thing, okay? And that's how I get very passionate on that. I really love that, the optical illusion. And it is a magic trick that magicians use, you see, the optical illusion. So you want to appear slimmer, the eye sees the column of color. It doesn't see so much the dark color around it. It's attracted first and foremost to that light color or bright color. And what it sees is this. So of course, it completely ignores the jacket and I appear so much slimmer. And again, you create a vertical column, okay? A long, thin band of light color or bright color. So the eye sees that and believes that you are slim, that you are tall, you are narrow. Please let me know in the comments below if you're understanding this principle. How does it work? Okay, do you understand how that works and how you can, cheat the eye to make it believe that you are taller, that you are slimmer? Because let's not forget that when you appear taller, you appear slimmer. Okay, again, I come back to my first example when I was talking about taller is narrower, shorter is wider. Okay, so this is why we don't want to wear short trousers. You know, those that stop midway at the calf. Too high up on the shoe, you will appear shorter. If you appear shorter, you will appear wider. If you appear wider, you will not appear slimmer. I hope you're getting that concept, that guideline. Okay, and we're talking about the detailing or the design of the jacket or the trench coat. Single-breasted is slimmer than double-breasted, and the piping, also the vertical detailing. Okay, and again here, vertical detailing, it could be a print, a simple pinstripes will slim you. Okay, it's a print, a vertical detailing or print. Okay, and now the third is vertical band of color, the column of color. Okay, and so you can use as a top, or you could wear also a dress, a light dress or a bright dress, and wear, for instance, in the spring, a dark, slim, long cardigan. Okay, so the cardigan will be dark, much darker, and it works better if you have a high contrast. Okay, you see, for instance, black and white. For instance, white and black, white or navy, white and dark brown, white and dark gray, that kind of thing, because the eye will go straight to it. As opposed to for instance, you have two colors close together, blue and green, or pink and red. It's difficult to see the nuance, the difference in shade. So it's not as easy for the eye to see that. But if you make it, for instance, high contrast, look at this, you can see straight away. So please let me know what you think. Did you enjoy these tips? And not so much about enjoying the tips, but also learning something and especially applying these techniques. They're not really tips, they are techniques. They are actually techniques. The optical illusion, the think vertical. It is concept, it is guideline, it is a technique to apply every time you get dressed if you want to appear slimmer. So if you have enjoyed my video, thank you very much. Please like and share it to as many friends, as many other, women over 50 who you think they would enjoy those videos. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Au revoir.